Everyone was like, why are you here? And why do you think that you deserve this? And why not literally anyone else other than you?
Jessica Alba just stepped down from the Honest Company after 12 years. This was a move that no one saw coming, and it raised a lot of questions. Why did she do this? Was it to prepare for a divorce that's been rumored for a while now? What do we know about the current state of her marriage? Without wasting any time, let's dive straight into it. After almost 12 years at her company, Jessica announced via her Instagram that she was stepping down from her Chief Creative Officer role at the Honest Company. According to her, this wasn't a decision that came easy to her, but it had to be done. Although she's stepping down from her position, this doesn't mean that she's turning away from the company for life. She's going to keep providing strategic advice through her role on the brand. Now, in cases like this, people usually give reasons for their decision to leave. But as of right now, Jessica still hasn't done that. She just said that she was stepping down and that was it. And because of her silence on the topic, a lot of people have started creating crazy theories about why she really stepped down and what might be going on in her life. And many seem to think that this is Jessica gearing up for the worst. The worst in this case is a divorce from her husband, Cash Warren. On the surface, Jessica and Cash have had your typical fairy tale marriage. They met on the set of Fantastic Four, where Jessica played Sue Storm and Cash worked as the director's assistant. Apparently, it was love at first sight for Cash, as he was instantly attracted to Jessica, an attraction that started to develop when he was asked to take Polaroid photos of her in different lenses for the movie. Unfortunately, taking things to the next step wasn't exactly the easiest task, because when they met Cash, he was actually already in a serious relationship and cheating wasn't an option for him. But you know what they say about fate, it always finds a way. And before we knew it, Jessica and Cash had gotten together. 3 years down the line, they announced that they were expecting their first child, and when Jessica was 9 months pregnant, they ran off to Beverly Hills, had a secret wedding, and they haven't looked back ever since. Or so we thought, because if you pay closer attention to Jessica and Cash's marriage, you'll notice that it might not be as perfect as we all thought it was, which at first glance isn't really a big issue. I mean, every relationship has its ups and downs, but what happens when the downs are much more common than the ups? After they had hit the 13-year mark, Jessica and Cash's marriage took a turn for the worse. Jessica revealed that she didn't see Cash as her husband anymore. She said that she saw him more as a roommate. In her words, it's rosy for 2.5 years, but then after that, you just become roommates with your partner. She and Cash just found themselves going through the motions and not focusing on themselves because of their responsibilities. To make matters worse, Jessica added that sometimes she also took her husband for granted. According to her, their marriage became some sort of a friendship with a type of comfort that made her believe that her husband couldn't go anywhere or leave her just like that. And because of that, she didn't really treat him the best. Now, when Jessica revealed all of this, she did explain that she was working on these flaws and hoped to become a better person for Cash. But barely a few weeks after this, she was spotted without her ring. And from that moment on, things just kept getting worse and worse. Jessica and Cash went from being seen together in public every other day to rarely being seen in each other's company anymore. This continued for months after Jessica referred to Cash as her roommate, making everyone think that they were getting closer and closer to a divorce. And everything took an even crazier turn when the first time Jessica and Cash were spotted out in public together was on a grocery run, and it looked kind of weird. For starters, Jessica's body language was really off. It looked almost as if she didn't want to be there. And then there was Cash, who looked like he couldn't wait to get out of there. After this whole fiasco, Jessica and Cash actually went on vacation, acting as though nothing ever happened. And just like that, the talks of them getting a divorce took a back seat. But what if things didn't really get better? What if their relationship only got worse with time? And now Jessica is trying to pick up the pieces and clean up before the inevitable happens. And the first thing on her list is probably to take her company out of the question. It's no secret that the Honest Company means a lot to her. I mean, a couple of years ago, her marriage to Cash almost ended because of it. Allegedly, the Honest Company was in serious trouble and was facing multiple lawsuits. Apparently, the company had used some very unorganic chemicals in its products they claimed had all natural organic formulas. And from the reports that were going around, Jessica Jessica was going through so much at work that she decided to take out her anger on Cash at home. According to an inside source, Jessica was so focused on saving her company that she was neglecting Cash. But now things seem to be a little different. This time Jessica doesn't seem worried about losing her company to lawsuits, but she might be worried about losing it to Cash if they get divorced. The same divorce that many people believe might end up happening sooner rather than later. And knowing how private Jessica and Cash are, who's to say that some things haven't already been put into motion? So is this why Jessica is leaving her company for now? What do you guys think? Do you think she's getting ready for a divorce, or do you think there might be something else to it? Why else would she step down from her role as Chief Creative Officer? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below.